What is up, VeVe fam? Today we're going to be having a conversation about something that we've seen a lot of people debate about on Twitter. So, comic books on VeVe, are they reprints or facsimiles? What do you think, Sean?
I don't think they're either.
No.
The most important thing about these comics, when you look at the metadata, they're describing the comic and its original IP, right? So they're not reprints. They're not, because if they were reprints, they would say this was released in 2022. They're not facsimiles because it's the same thing, right? It's the idea, it's a reprint. They'd have the year 2022, but they give the year that the comic was released. In my opinion, it's a way to invest in the original IP in digital format. That's
Mhm.
how we view it. They're not
Yeah,
facsimiles, they're not reprints. It's a way to invest in the original IP in digital format. And that's the connection, in my opinion, that people need to make because that's going to become more significant over time. People are going to start to understand that more and more.
definitely. Especially for some of these grail comics where a lot of people are priced out of the physicals. Buying these digitals are going to be the only way that they can actually buy these comics.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've said this many times. They're going to help each other. The digital and physical connection is very deep here. So in Fantastic Four 1, when it sells in its highest grade, which I hope to see one day in our lifetime, because that'd be absolutely incredible, it's very likely it could sell for over 8 digits. It's very possible. And its highest grade, it's a 9.6. And when that happens, what's going to happen to the digital counterparts? I would anticipate they would go up in value.
Mhm.
I mean, who doesn't want to invest in a $10 million comic in physical format, right? So
Definitely.
time will tell. Time will
Especially
tell.
because, Marvel can add as much utility as they can think of to these things. Whereas the physicals, they're a display piece and you can look at them, but they're locked in plastic. You can't actually read them. So, there's more that you can do with these outside of just that. And as Marvel continues to add more and more utility to these, the value will continue to increase as well.
Utility would be amazing for these comics. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't know what kind of utility they would plan to add, but it would be amazing. I'm not really expecting utility for the comic books because the cool thing about comics, we have physical value to reference.
Yeah.
So it's like these comics don't necessarily need utility, in my opinion. Unlike statues and collectibles, we kind of do need utility to see value, I think, over time, because you need more than
Mm-hmm.
just a collector's value. But the cool thing about these comic books, especially too, is accessibility. I have
Yeah.
friends in different parts of the world that I can't ship to because they have corrupt mailing systems. It
Mm-hmm.
sucks. So mailing physical comics or just things in general is really tough. But being able to send a comic book to him that he owns instantly, literally across the entire planet, is a game changer. And
Yeah.
imagine when these comics have localization, when you can change the language on the covers and inside. I can see a time where I could send a comic to China and it instantly changed to Mandarin, and then sent to Russia, and it could change to Russian, all within
Mm-hmm.
the same day. That's going to be possible with this kind of technology. And I keep repeating that because if they're not thinking about that now, I really hope they are because
Yeah.
that's going to be a game changer. You're bringing in millions of new collectors into the space because they'll have the opportunity to understand and easily read them. That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. And they're already connected to the Marvel characters. They're already connected. And I think that's a cool opportunity for people in different parts of the world. But as long as it's in their own language, that's going to
Yeah.
where it's
I
really
agree.
going to set things off. Also, in Marvel's original article, when they released Marvel Comics #1, they said this in the article. In Marvel Comics original article, they said VeVe will be launching the inaugural series of classic Marvel comics as NFTs. Not once does Marvel or VeVe call these comics facsimiles or reprints. They're being very intentional with this wording. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this topic, and we look forward to see you on the next one.